What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and I intend on doing the exact same. What's going on, y'all? Now, before we get into today's mess, let's talk about what we got coming up on the horizon. Now, today's the official announcement if you haven't seen it already, but the whether you like it or not, season 6 panel will be returning on November the 6th. Okay. Make sure you guys tune in as Scotty, Terrence, Really B, Ya, and Sakina come together to talk about all things Real Housewives of Potomac this season. Josiah will be a part of the panel, but he won't be as prominent as normal because he has other obligations on Mondays now, so he will not be able to do the panel as much this season. However, he does intend on returning for the Atlanta panel, and Josiah will still be a part of the Boys Night Out panel. However, we do have special guests, Schoolboy, as well as Busy Blue, that will be prominent guests on this season's panel. Reggie will also be a part of this panel as a pop-up guest here and there. So make sure you guys tune in this season for the Whether You Like It or Not panel. Tune in this Wednesday for the Chasing panel as Scotty, Jamar, Terrence, Tramel, Carl, and Jeremy give all of our opinions on Wednesday's episode of Chasing Atlanta. We will be going on live right after the show airs. Then on Friday, Boys Night Out is back. And of course, Scotty, Terrence, Jamar, Josiah, and Maddie will be coming together to talk about music, pop culture, movies, and just all things gay. Make sure you guys tune into that. Of course, we got the Love and Marriage Huntsville live reviews every Saturday. And then we have the Basketball Wives panel this Sunday, and it will be on Josiah's channel. So make sure you guys tune in for that. So with that being said, that's pretty much all that we got for the church announcement. So let's go ahead and get into the mess. Now, as you guys already know, we already reported a couple of days ago that Nene and Cynthia sort of reconciled. Well, Nene went live on her YouTube page and she talked about the state of her relationship with Cynthia Bailey. And it turns out that the reconciliation wasn't what everybody thought. Let's go ahead and get into what she said. And then after that, we're going to get into what my opinion is. Let's take a look.
So I bumped into Cynthia Bailey. Haven't seen her in a while, but I have bumped into Cynthia in the past. Okay. So for some of the people that are coming to like I haven't seen Cynthia in forever, I've seen Cynthia several times. I saw her at Portia's wedding. So I've seen her, a few times around Atlanta. I think this was probably the first time we had like some sort of in-depth conversation. So I see Cynthia, she see me, we make like eye contact, and I'm like, oh no, honey, let me get you together. I heard when you said this, and I heard when you said that. So we did that little thing, and we were really playing. I don't have that kind of energy right now. Like I am in a different place. So I was just messing with her. And of course, she was messing with me. And we laughed out loud because when Cynthia and I were friends back then, I actually thought of Cynthia as my sister. And I enjoyed her company. We talked all the time on the phone. So I bumped into Cynthia Bailey. Haven't seen her in a while, but I own. And so it was kind of easy for us to kind of like, I laugh again, I have a drink again. Like, I'm really the kind of person, I can't hold a grudge forever. Like, I feel like people who can hold a grudge forever, like their insides are different. I would even categorize them as a person with a black heart or something. Like, for me, I'm not saying you can't hold a grudge for a year or 2 years or 3 years or whatever, but I just can't go on and on and on and on. And like I said, I've seen Cynthia around and we've spoken very, very briefly. And just being very honest with you, I can have a drink with Cynthia. I can laugh with Cynthia. I can take a picture with her if I see her out. But we will never, ever be in the place that we were in before. That's not possible. It's just not possible. You would have had to go through this kind of breakup to know that it's just not possible. And it's not possible for us to get back in that place again. Like, I wish her well, and I don't have any ill feelings or anything like that. But we just can never be cool like that again. It's not possible for us to
So that was Nene and her situation with Cynthia Bailey. Now let's talk about the comments and then we're gonna get into what I think about it. Someone in the comments said this is why Nene is where she's at. She is the problem. Because you made a whole post with her just to get on here and say a whole bunch of nothing. Someone says, but I don't know, but I don't think that Cynthia is losing sleep over them not being cool. Then someone says, as much as I love Nene, this is the reason why I believe that Cynthia was the winner in this breakup because I cannot take this emotional roller coaster. What was the point of this? Why was it necessary to make a whole video about it when everyone was happy for you two? Even if your relationship would never be the same again, so what? No one was expecting that. Instead, you could build from build from a renewed place, mature, and wipe the slate clean. Nene, you should have just let the pic in the caption you put speak for itself because now it's coming across shady. And that's basically what people are saying in the comments. But here's another comment that I see, and it's basically saying, for those saying this is weird, why even speak? Y'all are dilute AF. Plenty of people, including myself, is the same way. Forgiving but not forgetting is very real. Friendship breakups are just as happy, or if not heavier on the heart, than breaking up with the lover. Once you find level ground and are able to be cordial with someone, sometimes it'll never be the same. That's just the reality of it all. I truly believe some of y'all just be playing cuckoo for cocoa puffs because how is this so bad? Just say y'all don't like Nene and nothing she say or do instead of making it seem like she's saying something that's not factual. Okay, so that's what a comment said, and this is what I'm gonna say now. I do understand what people be saying because I've said that about Nene as well. Because sometimes Nene says one thing and then does another thing. Like she'll say that she cool with you. She'll say that we don't have no beef, we don't have no issues. But then she'll get on social media, then she'll shake the fuck out of you in one of her lives, one of her videos, one of her posts, one of her interviews. Like you never know where you really stand with Nene, and it has always been my issue with Nene. Like if you're gonna say you cool with somebody and y'all wipe the slate clean, just be in that place. We don't have to bring up old stuff. We ain't gotta, we ain't gotta do none of that. That's gonna bring back because once I'm done with something, I'm done with it. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just the truth. But I do agree with that person that left that last comment that I read. Sometimes when you have friendship breakups, and sometimes when you get to a better place in life, and y'all kind of make amends, or y'all, move on, sometimes their relationship isn't the same. Sometimes the friendship breakup is so hard and so heavy that y'all can be cordial, but the trust is gone. Y'all will never look at each other the same. The way certain people do things will make you icy to that person. And I've been dealing with that myself. Like I said, I've lost friends. Well, I lost a friend this year. I've lost friends over the years, and in there, and I'm in this place where I'm kind of making amends with people. I'm moving forward with people, and to me, I just feel like this with some people, I can make up and we can move on and somehow, some way rebuild and get back to where it used to be. But then there's some people where we can move forward. I can admit my wrongs. You don't necessarily have to admit yours. Admit yours. We can do this, but at the same point in time, I'm not expecting a friendship to be the same. I'm not expecting us to be on the phone kikiing with one another. Like I'm not expecting none of that because some things are just awful. Some things, some things can never renew itself. Some things that, it could be things that were said that probably hurt you really bad. There are some things that that were done that you could never really get past that well, but you're in a different place in life where you just want to move on. And I think that's where Nene is now because she was the one holding the biggest grudge. And I know for a fact that I hold grudges a lot against people when I feel hurt by them. But sometimes you can let that grudge go, but you will never forget what they did. So you're gonna move with them in a different way. And that's what I've been doing lately. Like I've been on this damn tour of mending and forgiving and all this other stuff. And I haven't made it to everybody yet. But some people I could get past it and we could be cool again. But there's some people I can get past it, but we are now in a we we're in an impasse now. So it's like we can be cordial, we can speak, hey, how you doing? Howdy, neighbor, all that. But being like on the level that we used to be on, we probably would never ever be there. And that's just the reality of some relationships. You know what I mean? And I grieve. Sometimes I grieve over friendships more so than I grieve over a relationship, because some friendships end on misunderstandings too. So, and sometimes those misunderstandings become even bigger than what they supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I see it as. So what do y'all think about that? So we're gonna move on to the next topic, honey. Now, this next story involves Bravo celebrities, Brandi Glanville and Phaedra Parks. And the person that's doing this is someone by the name of Butler. Okay. He was a part of the show at one point in time. And he's filing a lawsuit against well, he was a butler, I'm sorry. He's filing a lawsuit against Phaedra Parks and Brandi Glanville for S3xual abuse, honey. Now, that is something that's very shocking to me, but we're about to go ahead and get into the story. This is coming from the Shade Room. So let's talk about it and let's get into it. Now, it states that Bravo is at the center of another lawsuit after the butler hired for season 2 of The Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip claims that he was sexually abused by both Brandi Glanville and Phaedra Parks during a wild party. According to reports obtained by TMZ, Marco Vega, the butler hired for season 2 at Dorinda Medley's Bluestone Manor, says that the incident occurred after a woman came out to perform a striptease for the housewives. He says that once the performance was over, show's producers told him to go over and get the women dancing. He claims that during the party that took place in September of 2021, Phaedra slapped his butt, and Brandi ran over to him and ripped his shirt off, exposing his torso. Marco claims that the incident has caused a strain in his marriage, as his wife was very upset over what had occurred. Marco is suing Bravo and its affiliates for sexual abuse and harassment. He claims that the network has a pattern of encouraging the housewives to engage in sexually inappropriate behavior, and he is reportedly seeking damages. Marco is not suing Phaedra or Brandi. Okay, so that's pretty much what they're saying in this particular article. But it's so crazy to me that he's not. So they're not. So he's not suing Phaedra and Brandi, but he's accusing them of the abuse, but he's going to accuse Bravo. I'm guessing he's going to accuse Bravo because they're the ones who told him to go over there and get the women to dance. And I guess that's the main reason why he's accusing them. But isn't Brandi the same one that was accused of sexual assault by Carolyn Manzo for this upcoming Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip thing? Am I wrong? Isn't she the one? Isn't she the one that Caroline Manzo you know called out for that? I think she is. And and then Brandi Glanville came out and said that it wasn't true and all this other shit. So, but what's crazy is Phaedra. I gotta say this. Phaedra was the same one who sat up there and made up them lies about Candy, saying that she was gonna abuse Shamia and Portia, and made up that big old lie. Now somebody accusing her of doing the same thing. If that ain't, it's funny how the tables turn, like Monica would say. But Bravo getting sued left to right, and it's really nothing that they can really do about that. They getting sued left to right, and it's crazy to me at this point. But it probably just just shows you that Bravo is just what everybody else is saying that they are. So it's crazy. So we gonna see, cause it's crazy. But yeah, Phaedra and Brandi are accused of sexual abuse, and I want to know what y'all got to say about that, because that's all that we got on the story. And but Phaedra and Brandi are not the ones that's being sued. The network is being sued. So do you think that Phaedra and Brandi should not be sued? Do you think that he's doing the right thing by not suing them, or do you think that he's doing the right thing by suing Bravo, or do you think all three parties should be sued? That's all I want to know about that. So with that being said, y'all, before we go, let's talk about two new music artists that got some material out. Our very own Tramiel has a brand new record out called Long Days. It's available everywhere, so make sure you guys go to iTunes, Spotify, everywhere, and pick up this record. It's a very good record. Make sure you guys do that. And also a rapper by the name of Bando. He has a new record out called Bando's Dream, and it's now available everywhere that you see. So make sure you guys tune in and get that, okay? So with that being said, y'all, this be your boy Scotty. I really thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Scotty Gang. Thank you to all the hate watchers, and thank you to the brand new subscribers. I really appreciate everything that you guys are doing. And I love you guys. Until the next video, I will talk to you guys a little bit later.